Yeah. But that's what I'm wondering, like, if you just play a faster timing, like Blink BKB takes a while for an Enigma to reach. And we've seen heroes like Lone Druid being played from Tumble, where it's like, all right, we're just gonna with half on a fight, let's just push buildings.
Dyer's pick.
I think it was that game as well. They had similar problems. They were playing Enigma on the side of OG, but they were playing versus a team that was very active early on. And now they pick Shadow Shaman as well. So these two supports in their own rights can contribute to the laning stage. Shaman hits you real hard, brings a lot of disables, can push later on as well with the wards, but they're also really
10
greedy.
seconds to
When you
go.
see these two supports, they are on the greedier side. And you have your
5
Weaver, you have your
seconds.
Void Spirit constantly joking you, maneuvering around you.
Radiant's pick.
It looks like they might have a rough laning stage, and now the Lycan on top of that.
Hmm.
That's
Oh,
the
we
red
score
shard.
him.
Yeah. And another reason why Bloodseeker is banned. It's
Yep. Why does Shaman have a platform? Am I the only one seeing that?
no,
Like,
no,
is
no.
that
It's something that happens on Radiant side only. So your second pick or your
10
third
seconds
pick
to
get this
go.
platform for some reason. Any hero that's picked, I don't know.
5
Haven't
seconds.
figured that mystery out. Maybe Ice Frog is telling us something. Maybe something about a new hero. You know,
you imagine like these secret messages that are just left inside the game that people have to work out? It's like, yeah, it's been there for 6 years. Like, I still can't believe people haven't found it.
uh,
We have those
back.
things that were like hiding in the trees in Warcraft 3 Dota, which had like
Yeah.
storylines behind it. Like,
Uh-huh.
that was a lot of fun.
You had the frog, right? You had the bananas as well, like hidden writings, whatnot.
Yeah.
I
No, that was.
so
Dyer's
I told
pick.
you before this game, I told you how bad my internet was. And in
Mhm.
Warcraft 3, when I wouldn't have internet, I would just open up a map, cheats, get through site everywhere, and just see what's up. As a kid, you're
Uh-huh.
very bored and you have a lot of time. Tiny, should that be Tops and Tiny on the mid lane, right? Gives you that burst.
It should feel like that. It gives you a lot
10
of tower
seconds to
push. It gives you
go.
an initiation for Enigma, so he can go just BKB straight up. Toss
It
me.
5
gives
seconds.
it gives you pretty much burst versus every single one of these heroes. You can take them down with a single 1-2 combo. So
Hmm.
that's pretty good as well. If he
Radiant's
has a good
ban.
laning stage and if he gets some Blink Dagger in a decent timing, he can really create a lot of space. And this is what I love about OG. They understand, okay, supports are a bit on a greedier side. Let's get an active playmaker mid.
Yeah. I'm actually wondering too, like how the push comes in from Team Secret.
Mhm.
Like,
10
it's like
seconds
as
to
always, like
go.
OG had these nice low cooldown kind of time. Yes, you've got big ultimates in Beastmaster as
5
well as
seconds.
Enigma, but it's boards, it's convergence, it's Malifaux, it's Shadow Shaman with low cooldowns, it's timing with quick combinations as well.
Mhm.
Um, like if OG can play more aggressive than a Lycan, I know that feels really weird to say because like Lycan seems to just be able to tank through everything and comes in with necro books, and you're like, oh, it's 9 minutes into the game, like, and we're already having to deal with this.
Lycan pretty much just pops his ulti, makes his Necros the Helm of Dominator Wolves, and sends them on the Shaman or Enigma, and they're dead.
Radiant's
If
pick.
you're an
Yep.
Enigma, you don't want to use the Black Hole on just those units, right? Same goes for the Shadow Shaman. So, Team Secret, all they have to do with a draft such as this one is keep things chaotic in team fights, right? Never truly commit in one spot, just constantly run around, hunt different targets, split up the fights, and they're really good at doing that. So,
Oh, you make me really look forward to casting this next game for a
10
man that's
seconds to
massively
go.
sleep deprived with a 3-month-old daughter. Like it's like they're gonna make things a little bit
5
more
seconds.
chaotic in the fights. All right, boys. All right, let's just
Dyer's
like.
pick.
Where's
is
that
that what
Monster Energy drink again? Shout out to the sponsor.
Is
pump
that what
pump up the
happened in the
adrenaline.
last game? By the way, guys, Toby was like, lizard, lizard.
No, it's because I've been
Keep
waiting in a
living.
room. I've been waiting in a room that's been like I normally don't do that, but I've been waiting in a room that's like 30 degrees, and just to balance this out, I do like the normal thing, like you just drink a huge bottle of
Yeah, yeah.
water, like
10 seconds to
huge
go.
bottle of water. Uh, and I realized I'd gone through two of
5
them,
seconds.
um, in like the last hour. Um, and that reminder came about 10 minutes into the last game, and I'm
I
like,
see.
oh, oh. Yeah. So yeah, that's I know like my greatest toilet running story is still WCG. I think
Hmm.
it was like eHome versus Alliance. And this is like yeah, we're in China and I was paired with a guy called Caldor. Um
Hmm.
and he's like he cast Warcraft 3. He didn't know anything about Dota. And I'm like, dude, I need you to cover for a bit. and I had to run across what was probably like a 200-meter long stadium to reach a toilet that was already totally full. And I'm just like trying to push through, go, please, please, Callister, just let me through. And like I ran all the way there, I ran all the way back. I'm totally out of breath. And Calder's just like, yeah, the team fight just happened. I'm like, we haven't had one of those in 30 minutes. It was like Naga game versus Dusa game, and like the old style of that. It's like it was taking forever. Yeah, that
Yeah,
was old
if
school. I'd never run so fast in my life. I ripped my dress shoes. I was in like the sole actually came off at the bottom. That was also because I was just such a poor guy. I didn't, as in
Take your
poor, as in
pick.
no money. I couldn't
yeah,
afford like they're like I think I got them for like €5 in like a discount store in Germany. It's just like I don't have any dress shoes. I'll take that. Anyway,
uh,
back at this game.
yeah.
Size picked up that right, and we have ourselves a draft.
I was gonna make a joke about my, Bosnian shoes and shoves, but let's not go there. It's all good. It's all fine.
Uh,
Sumail Monkey King kind of countered a little bit by the Bat Rider as well. It's always difficult to play the Monkey versus Bat. Just gives you that amount of reach, gives you the ability to take down trees. Every spell from Bat is really good versus Sumail. The laning stage, if they meet each other, can be really difficult as well because of the turn rate that you it might be dicey a little bit for the monkey. Maybe they can switch lanes up a little bit. But OG did play exactly the same lane with Enigma, and Notail again is playing it on position 5. He just summons a lot of Eidolons and constantly harasses the Batrider out. So there are some ways of playing it. And you were right, position 5 Weaver.
Yeah, it's no, I don't want to always be right about that. But it's that thing where that's why I think I love drafts from both like OG, Team Secret, and other teams who are just able to have such a diverse range of heroes that the first two get picked up. It's like, wow, they're both cores, or they're both supports, or they're both. What are these guys? And you don't ever know. Like the funnest drafts are actually when we go into the game and we still don't know where a hero is going to go. Like, they're the fun ones. Like when you don't get to see like all the names next to the heroes, and you're, well, no, I have no idea how this is gonna lane.
As long
This is-
as long as the players know, because there's a lot of controversy about not knowing which player is going to pick which hero until the last second and waiting until
Uh-huh.
the last second so you can adjust your lanes. That can be a
Well,
little
you
bit
remember when like switching would
annoying.
happen?
Yeah, switching was great as well. Let's wait. Let's pause the game and switch for an extra 2 minutes until we decide who's going.
Oh, it's like so many levels of mind games that used to be in Dota that slowly get removed, uh, for right reasons too, because they give an unfair advantage in a lot of ways. You know what it reminded me of? Is like when you watch StarCraft 2 and people would go random
Hmm.
and you wouldn't know. It's like, is it Protoss? Is it Zerg? Is it Terran? I just don't know.
Yeah, you can't adjust your build against that as well. But he must play really well in all those races, so there's an upside.
Well, Puppy's having some fun with Notel. He doesn't actually see that Notel had an observer ward, and Notel's put down a rather defensive observer ward
30
inside
seconds to showtime.
the Radiant jungle. Puppy's got 2 sentries on him, so he's hunting for that early vision.
He
And we'll
d-
see if he's worked it out.
He did it very early on, so because of that, maybe he
Yeah.
won't find it. And also, this gives a big advantage to Notil because he might see the puppy ward planted, right? These 2 sentries might be, though, to block the camps if you are playing versus Enigma as well, right? So it could be helpful to block neutral camps.
The game is on.
Give me flashbacks now again to like when you had junglers. And it's like, what are we going to do? Like, we're just going to put down 4 wards throughout the entire jungle, so there is no farm to
No
claim.
more bets,
On
please.
board a kill, that'll be nice. Puppy gets the first CS of the game.
Yeah,
I still want to see what he does with the sentry or the obs. Like, if he does it underneath.
he scouted, though, so Notil will have a good idea where this observer is.
Yeah.
I'm
No,
not sure
Notel
if
actually TP's out to the lane. Wait, he TP'd out to the lane, but now the courier is doing a run with clarity, and it's going to come underneath that radiant ob, underneath that dire obs. So I don't
he
think the
might.
courier.
He's
Oh, it just
moving it
turned
back.
around.
He
The
understands.
very last moment. That had to be like probably even like a slight. I don't know if it's a miss micro or not. But either way,
He understood it. He understood it. Notil saw Weaver going down because of that word of his. So he understood that there is a chance of career kill.
We've got so many stacks on him. Same for Saksa. Nisha arrived to give a bit of a swashbuckle, but Zaya's really trying to stay on top. There's 7 sticky napalms over on mid one. Nisha's got swashbuckle in 3 seconds time. Mid one at least is broken free. Zai, that ball caused a lot of problems, and now mid one, he actually spills the first blood on Zai. He was forcing the issue on top.
Do they switch up now because two supports are on the bottom lane? Or did the Absor finally claim his crown of a true position 3 in this team?
Hey, why not? Be flexible, right? Like, let's not send two cores jungle, but like, be flexible.
So what they're trying to do is they're trying to set up this lane Bat versus Monkey King, but it didn't work out very well for them right now. And he's going bottom with the Bat, but that might give an opportunity for Sumail to just TP back top if he wants to lane there instead.
How do you like this build on Tiny with the gloves of haste first, with Quelling Blade Fairy Fire?
Courier.
I've actually seen it a couple of times so far, and it's pretty sick. That bonus attack speed helps out quite a lot. I've seen the power treads plus the gloves of haste as well. It was nerfed a little bit, right? It went from 400 to 450. It was the most broken item when it had the cost of 400. Remember your carries with 3 gloves of haste coming to the lane?
I still think how that actually got to stack. But I suppose like hey, you can have multiple items that increase your attack speed, but not your movement speed with boots. Got 2 hands and 2 feet. Why can't 2 work? Well, top lane Nisha, that's a hell of a lot of damage to try and deal with. Only a level 1 shock and it already moves like, I'll say it's about a third, maybe a little bit more of his health.
It's the attacks as well, right? It's the pure right click. 75 damage on a range hero. It's quite a lot. Bottom lane Zai, just doing Zai things with his Bat Rider creep skipping.
Actually, they almost got enough damage to kill Puppy. 200 HP with 140 damage Ether Shock.
Radiant's top tower's taken hit.
Beastmaster Hawk gives them all the information.
That's a lot of control for the Weaver as well. Shadow Shaman and the Beastmaster, he needs to be very careful in this game. If he is out of position or sentryed up, he can die so easily to the Hex and Shackles.
Well, Notel's having to just try and hide inside his own jungle. The Absol does not want to let this happen. The Observe Ward is getting through full duration, so it was never scouted out.
Notel was trying to mess with Zai and his creep skipping a little bit, didn't really manage to do so. Zai now has a bottle as well ready. So this lane from this point onwards should be a little bit better for them. But it's always interesting to see how OG enable a hero that's usually considered weak in the lane, like Monkey versus Bat. That's not a good lane for Sumail, but they just enabled him so well.
Gonna be 3rd highest net worth. It's not bad. Nisha, top. He's gonna swashbuckle over. Thought for a moment that Shaman was gonna commit the shackles. He burns, like, to get his combination out, he still burns over half of his mana pool. So he only wants to do it when it makes sense. Notel. Pull back in again. Sumail's going to create a little extra space with a Boundless Strike, but that's 3 sticky napalm stacks up, and Zai's going to close the distance. But is he going to live? No, he's not. Sumail has just enough damage to at least get a rebuttal for it. But that's solo experience for a Monkey King.
I think that's really good for him. Because now Notel will TP back in, bring him all the region, all his items that he wants. So, overall, it's a trade of position 5 for 3.
Notel did lose his courier. That's a small part. I think Notel's finally, he's finally had enough of this sentry ward. The 5-minute mark his camps can spawn, but the bounty runes. Puppy is there to go for a steal. So, actually, so was Topson. So 2-2.
Topson finishing off his power treads. He's actually had a pretty decent lane here. He shouldn't... It's a tiny. But bottom lane, Notel.
Yep. Into the trees he goes. He's still shy of level 3. So no stuns to work with. Now he'll have it up and running. Now, but you say Topson's had a good lane. I'm still looking at a Lycan who's level 6.5. And Necro Book is... like, it's done 5 minutes 35 into the game.
It's problematic because Lycan is farming the jungle at the same time. He comes back mid every now and then, farms a little bit, but most importantly, he farms everything here. Even the Ancients are easy to farm with Necro 1. That's why Necro 1 are so strong. You can pretty much clear the whole jungle on any hero with Necro 1. That's all you need, especially if you get these Thunder Hides.
Oh, now he's into ulti form. Dogman is up and running. Nortal's the primary target, the level 3 Enigma.
Radiant's couriers.
Oh, and he even gets a courier. Smells courier with the remainder of the phase on it. He pounces away and pounces away once again. Matumba's got that high movement speed and Zai's just on a land clearance. They don't catch up to him, so oh, okay. Isha into the Rolling Thunder, working with Poppy to find the kill.
They managed to find kills on 2 different sides. It does give a lot of space for tops and it's farming mid, but you're super happy with this on Team Secret. The thing is though, Sumail just got his level 6 there. I don't think he had 3 dance killed. But the moment Notil started, the moment Lycan started coming in, he uses that 3 dance because he just got that level 6 and gets away.
Whereas it would have been back-to-backs. And probably a lot more pressure onto that tier 1 tower. And OG so far, like yeah, that advantage on bottom lane definitely goes the way of Secret. It pushes more net worth their direction. As well as obviously the kill on top. But I'm looking at the top 4 net worths, and Lycan's the only one from Dire side who's really in that. OG is still getting a lot of farm across the map. Is coming at the expense of their supports, however. Obviously, YapzOr's been soaking up a lot from the mid, and as always, like there's never truly that support on Secret that doesn't get farmed.
I'm interested as well in Nisha and what his build is going to be like on Pango. Is it your normal Pango or is it something a bit different? Because he's been given a lot of space. He's playing on the safe lane. And it's not really the hero that he usually plays a lot.
Topson? See how YapzOr's control is going to go to work. He's just shy of level 6, so they don't have that from the Void Spirit and the toss down. Matumba's units just keep going forward and forward. And Topson can tank through it, and he'll get back to the safety of the tier 1 tower.
He's very tanky. You need to invest a lot into taking him down. And also, look, he went for the power treads and got 1 extra gloves of haste as well. That's the standard thing that you're doing, Tiny, right now.
Raw top, uppy. And they burn him fast. Necro Book's level 1, and they already used the shackle beforehand.
They could probably pressure this tier 1 now. It's an option for them. They still have the Necros for an additional 30 seconds. So a push onto the tier 1 should come.
I'll relieve some pressure on bottom lane.
I'm not sure. Lycan, he has Necro 2 ready. He has his ulti ready. This should be a dive bottom very soon.
Yep. Hey, Nortal's gonna be the one. A little too far out. There goes Shapeshift. Lycan will clear the trees off, and I mean, Nortal will clear the trees off. And then they just hide away. Quick TP out from Sumail. Matumba.
He tried.
He was looking with a Quellic.
He tried, and also Sumail was a little bit unlucky there because he jumped exactly in the way of the bugs from Weaver, which gave vision on him.
Topson? Zai has 6. He's gonna lasso him underneath the tower. And YapzOr, quick little step forward, Topson with more tosses, but he's got no extra regeneration. Saving all of his money to try and complete the Hand of Midas.
Oh, damn, that's a Midas actually that he's building into. So it's not your casual gloves of haste, it's actually a Midas.
Yeah, so we've gotten the quick buy for now.
Alright, I have seen Topson build it before as well. In one of the prior games that we've done on this tournament. I'm not sure on who, I think on Venge that he built it once. So he doesn't shy away from it.
That's some value. Kill Nisha's courier. TP straight out while Nisha remains Hex, but it means now the Shaman's not here to try and help contest the 10-minute bounty rune top. And Void Spirit's very much ready to go. He's putting the Remnant forward, and Sumail, okay. We're in a Wukong with a Roar. Mid one ensures that Zaya stays with him.
Nisha should be fine here. He has Swashbuckle. There is no Roar. He should be able to get out. Yep. They got only Zaya.
Is so expensive.
There's a reason why no one is buying this item right now. That's the expense, right? It's 1850. 1850.
Rolling Thunder through. Sumail's hanging around, but remember he's got no Wukong command. Think about jumping forward, but with Rolling Thunder and YapzOr hanging around, he knows Nortal is dead and mid one's got no Roar. There is no save available.
That's the first Necro 3 used as well, and now afterwards he has a clarity. He can use Shapeshift very early on.
Firefly up. Zai right on top of Shadow Shaman. Saving the tome for his 6, and there's no reason he has to trigger that now.
No
They have a
breaking down
catapult
Iranian
as well.
structures
There's a
like
blight
this.
stone on
Mid one.
Puppy.
2 hits. 2 hits. With some extra help from some friends.
You were no master of me.
It's just crazy. The amount of damage that Lycan has right now, there's a reason why every single team is banning it out. Even the creeps alone. How do you justify the Midas though? Okay, Tiny really is one of those heroes that desperately needs attack speed. And it looks like he won't be building into that normal play-making kind of a Tiny. He's going for SNY next, so no daggers, nothing like that. This is just your pure...
Is he trying to like man fight the push from Lycan or just Lycan himself? Like it's and does that then just work with SMY Midas?
It can work. Like Tiny can be really hard to deal with when he gets all his items as a true position 1.
Structures looking fortified.
But the problem is they are on a clock here. Secret is already taking map control.
Dire's top tower's getting beat down.
Copy. That's time lapse and distracting. Doesn't look like there's any kind of contest, like Secret are pushing the tier 1 tower in mid lane instead. They'd love to kill off Puppy, and yep, tossed forward. The Shadow Shaman instantly into the Hex, follow with the Shackles. They have Avalanche available too to keep the stuns going. Not that Weaver had really a proper out from this.
Sumail is scouting them out in the back as well.
Oh, good, double boundless. Connecting on Yapzor and Nisha, but there's no quick follow through. Tiny's a little slower to get to the fight.
Maybe on mid lanes, I was thinking about going for the mid one. Beastmaster.
Mid one's now going to go for the Raw. You've got Shackles, you've got Hex, you've got Mass Serpent Wards, which just have the damage combining with all the summons of mid one. Now pressures the tier 1 tower. It's already pretty damn low.
And they can get this as well. He was so desperately trying to not use the wards there, but shackle him, but he wasn't in range, sadly. So he had to drop the wards to get the kill, which is still good for him, I think. It's worth it.
Yapzor's coming out. Jumps forward, goes after Rakuri, but then again, a quick little Hex. Nisha wants to help out. And the black hole, it catches Nisha. But oh, the perfect run from Yapzor will get the cancel back and returns to Mel, barely standing on the edge of his own Wukong command, was separated the fight. But when Matumba's out the back lines, trying to kill off your Shaman, now they'll lasso him out of the Wukong. She's got him caught right on the edge. Now he is, thanks to the Remnant.
That was unexpected.
Yapzor
Secret's
is
control has arrived.
He's so quick. His reflexes are not human, man. Okay, it happens. He just uses that Remnant instantly as the black hole goes off, and there wasn't even a chance for OG, for someone else to walk in it so Enigma doesn't get pulled.
It's going to get harder and harder too once Yapzor has Yule Scepter. If he's already being this great with the Remnants, imagine what and he just uses the Remnant to steal the regeneration rune.
Didn't make it.
And he keeps the charge as well thanks to the Assimilate. So he's going to go back up to full mana after all of that and deny the bottle charges and regen for Thompson.
And these small little plays mean so much. Just delaying Thompson's farm. One step at a time.
Well, level 3 Necro books are up for both sides now. Beastmaster and Lycan having them. You know, you do have a hell of a amount of pushing power when you combine Necros as well as Mass Serpent Wards. Not to mention all the effects Tiny has. And when Nisha kills off Necro book like that. Okay, well, luckily, Trusty Shovel Salve gets him out of trouble.
It's on both sides though, right? On one side you have the Lycan with Necro Tree, on the other you have the Beast and the Shadow Shaman. You could actually say that OG have a better pushing lineup at the moment at least. They do it much faster. And Notail is adapting his item build. Usually when he plays this 5 Enigma, these 2 Sage's Masks do become a Necro 1 that helps him farm. But this time around he's just rushing the Blink instantly. Because if he gets Blink BKB, they don't really have a way of dealing with him. Lasso perhaps from the bat, but it's difficult.
I was actually just wondering if you go the BKB and get tossed forward by Thompson, but I guess Thompson's got his own positional problems to worry about.
Full medallion completed on Puppy, so he's not rushing the axe, he's getting one bonus item before that first, which is pretty good when you combo it with Lycan as well. He almost dies. He dies!
Okay.
Yep.
You got the damage output. Lycan howling up, he's trying to defend the bottom lane. The Necro unit scouting out for any kind of observer wards, so mid one really trying to make sure that he owns the vision of this map. He kind of wants Matumba to come a little bit further out so Shaman can go for his play.
Saxa doesn't have an Aether Lance, so these shackles might be a little bit harder. You need to start off with the roar.
Yeah. Well, that's always the way to do it, right? You go Hex into Shackle. At least play with some better vision. Smoke up from Yapzor as well as Nisha and Zai. So all three coming down to the bottom lane, and no Necrobooks ready to be summoned up. And it's mid one who's the one initiated on Hex's Mass Serpent Wards. He tries to axe cut his way free, but one turns to two deaths for OG.
Yeah,
And
look
the
at
TP
Nisha.
more coming in from Notel. Nisha's already looking for more. Breaks free of his Rolling Thunder. Brought Enigma down a long way. Matoma wants to help him out. Yapzor again with the Spirit cancelling off the Black Hole. You've still lost Nisha for that very heavy committal forward.
That was very greedy from him. His Rolling Thunder was about to wear off, and he goes straight onto the Enigma. And if Notel is alone there, he definitely doesn't use the Black Hole. But because he isn't, there's Tiny around, he helps out, and they trade the Black Hole for position 1, which is pretty good for OG. By the way, Matumba Man, sitting around the tier 1 on the bottom lane, that's what made all this happen. Because they know if they leave the Wolf around there for long enough, someone will try to come in and sneakily blow him up, like Roar plus Shadow Shaman, or maybe Tiny plus Beastmaster, and they read that so well. They didn't have any vision on them. They just read it well, sent the Wolves first, and then attacked. And that's an AC completed on Lycan as well.
Actually, just something interesting to think about too with like the Wolves. It's so difficult to play an Enigma when you have a Wolf hovering around you. One, because they can see your position, but two, you can put your Blink on cooldown.
Any heroes that need that Blink to initiate, let's say Axe, Enigma, they can suffer heavily against Wolves.
Yules is up for Yapzor. Doesn't get the perfect control, so Roar out from mid one. He does some decent damage in towards Zai. Poppy's the one that soaks up the Necro Book damage.
Oh, mid lane.
While in mid, yeah, Nisha. He's just having a 2-on-3, the never-ending stuns of No Tail. He're leaving to clip in towards Samael. Matumba now into shapeshift. They want to go for the quick little chase. In fact, Matumba is looking to run through Saxa and underneath the tower, but quickly bouncing away is Samael. Matumba can't keep up with that, but they can force the tier 1 tower in mid.
Yeah, that's not a happy Wolf. They did get 3 kills overall here, but this Wolf form was used for a bigger target. He wants something more out of it. And he won't get anything. Maybe a tier 1.
Like does OG have some kind of strength? I suppose if Secret force it, they'll feel a little bit better about things. Nisha, starting with a Boundless Strike, mid 1, summing up his Necrobooks. Yapzor will create some space, but the Necrobooks soak up the Remnants. Difficult to get that combination when the summons are there.
Now, this is a pretty big power spike for
Thompson
already. Yeah.
Got the Avalanche toss onto the freshly time-lapsed Weaver. That's a nice catch, and they're going quickly for Roshan.
So he already has his level 15, that's plus 300 HP. Then he has S and Y for stats resistance, power shreds plus Midas for attack speed. He's already in a small power spike in which he's able to fight. AC is the next big one. But this is a really good play from OG because Secret, if they want to fight this, they won't have a Wolf form for it.
They also just use Shackles on Roshan to try and control him, but they're taking so much damage. The Remnant, it's going to catch Enigma, keep him under control. The Raw, Nisha at least is locked in one position, but Zai just playing the hillside. But the Wukong's command kills him before he can really achieve anything more. Has done damage to Samael and Thompson. Nisha continues to go on his own little rampage, looking towards Notel, looking for a quick little swashbuckle. Now back off cooldown, jumps in front of Thompson, and the battle's now split into multiple parts. Off towards the left, Lycan as well as Pango going after the big Tiny, after Thompson. All that resistance, all that control still means a triple kill for Matumba. And Samael is on the wrong side of the river, and Puppy was the one keeping him out of that fight.
Now they do have the Wolf form, and they are about to take Rush as well. And Zai, he's one of those players, he truly does die a lot in every single game, but his stats also mean so much, because he forces the Tiny and the Monkey King to be completely out of that fight, while everyone else in their team is dying. The Roar is used on the Rolling Thunder, but no one is killing that same Roar target. And Lycan, just with his Necros, is able to completely deal with the mana of Thompson, and he's kinda useless after that. He needs to run. Damn, that was sick. I loved how Zai also tried to pull them over the cliff and out of the Wukong's command, but he died a little bit too early there. Still a nice attempt.
OG aren't giving up at all. 9k is the advantage for Team Secret, 20 to 11. And everything does seem, every fight that happens seems to go the way of Team Secret. We get a Blink Dagger now over on the Beastmaster. Maybe that's something to work with. The Soul Cuirass still taking a little bit longer for Thompson to achieve. We haven't really seen, like, we've got item progression from Samal with the Echo Saber into Maelstrom, so that's...
It's solid at this point,
it's solid. But it's still nowhere near the 15,000 net worth Matumberman, who's already finished the Assault Cuirass, who's actually gone in for the drums, Necro Book, and still has the Aegis Immortal.
All that utility that he's also bringing to his team. It's not like he's supposed to be buffing up anyone mid lane.
Puppy. Black Hole trying to catch Zai and pull him back over again, but the Remnant and the Rolling Thunder from Nisha catches everything else. And that's an Aghanim Scepter on the Pangolier. He's having the time of his life. And Matumba's ready to push bottom. They're coming in.
He has AC, he has ulti, he has everything. There's no black hole.
Look how fast Nisha just moves in. Keep the fight going. Shadow Shaman comes to front lines and he quickly loses half of his own life. Fortification will remove the dire creep wave from the summons.
Okay, so one thing that Team Secret don't really have is sustain, right? You don't really have these mechs or pipes or anything like that that will heal you up all the time. You can have some salves from the
when you got Aghanim Scepter, that's as close as you kind of get.
Thompson.
Hello. Thompson found his target. He found Zai. He'll sacrifice his own life, however, because Matumba's already there in shapeshift form with the entire army.
They're making these unfavorable trades all the time. There's a wolf form though, he's chasing.
Blink defensive for the Beastmaster, keeps him up.
They might catch him here.
He's got Roar available. Lycan's gone in pretty deep. Hex has already gone out, and now, well, is there going to be the Beastmaster Roar? He wants to. Mid one actually saving it. Realize they don't need it to kill Matumba. They break the Aegis, the Immortal, so they'll need that secondary control. Nisha into the Rolling Thunder, looking to move forward, and he's instantly focusing on the Shadow Shaman. Kills him off while inside the Wukong's command. Lycan is in a lot of trouble. He needs some extra help to come in here, and he's got it in droves. Matumba gets to live inside the ulti of Monkey King, and it feels like no matter what OG throw at Team Secret, they just can't get themselves the kill they're looking for.
That's just another wipe. He's baiting them in. He knows he has that Aegis. He moves back, and yeah, you might be saving that Roar for the Lycan, but it doesn't matter because they don't have enough firepower to take him down. You could see Nisha, he's using this tango so well in the backlines. He cleans up the supports, and then he moves towards the Monkey King. And because he's positioned so close to the walls, he's constantly bashing him. And you don't have your black hole. That's your biggest teamfight ability right now. This should be a side at least.
Should actually be two. Zai was able to grab the bottom creep wave, so they've even got momentum down there as well. Quick avalanche from Thompson trying to create some extra space. Can minus the Necros, that's one advantage.
And remember, that Aghanim Zone Weaver is completed. So from this point onwards, just jumping on top of someone and blowing him up is going to be very difficult for OG.
Matumba just uses shapeshift to run down and kill agents. It's like, well, they're not going to fight us anytime soon. We're good.
They saw Thompson. They had the sentry, but he ran out of it.
Yep, so. On the hook. Mid one put the axes up. He was going for the Roar, but just couldn't connect in time.
That's one of the reasons why he went for the blink as well, right? No, not your, at least not right now, the most common item on the beast. Usually you just get Necros and a lot of utility, your Vlads, let's say. But he goes for blink because he understands how difficult it is to catch these heroes. The mobility
try and battle for the 25. Hawk just sees a lot. Mid one's trying to hold back a little bit further. Smoke hasn't actually caught Shaman. Okay, yeah, they feel it. They know something's coming.
Amazing what you found laying around.
I'm still wondering when like Thompson's just gonna completely surprise us all in a team fight. Like he's still the #1 net worth for OG. This has to be building to something.
The thing is, the only new item he bought recently is this Shadow Blade, and it allows him to get out on the map. But that's it. It doesn't contribute way too much to these next fights.
Because then you just Necros are up, so you can't hide inside of Invis. Mid one's a little too far out, no way to hide here, and No-Tail's actually on the run. He blinks in, he gets the Black Hole, he got Pango as well as the Void Spirit inside of this one, but they've lost their Beastmaster inside Wukong. Maybe there's a fight, but no, Zai just pulls out the Monkey King, so there is no way to hold. 3 heroes down once again. And it's push time. There may even be end time.
你行你行，你上你上。
They're going down for the tier 3, for the Raxes at least. They have a tier 2 on the top lane, and Thompson is still creep skipping, so because of that they won't be able to get megas. They can throne though, that's also good. And that black hole was good, right? But it just doesn't matter, there's enough damage.
No follow-up.
Exactly, Tiny wasn't around. Beastmaster as well dies because even if when you catch the rolling thunder, he's still rolling, right? And he's killing off Beastmaster in wild black hole.
Yeah. Oh my god, Secret in such a great position.
Abyssal
And
completed
Thompson?
now, Lycan.
Can they get him closer? No, they can't. Size get all the movement speed even without Firefly.
He actually opted not to go for that AC instantly. Instead, he's bought a crit because he understands he needs to fight early. He needs to fight right now, actually. And I'm not sure this Midas is paying off so far.
I suppose if the game goes long enough, it'd be worth it. But yeah,
Another 20 minutes, it will pay off.
It's still like you're still battling against the Lycan. Like this feels like it's such a hard road, even from the start of the draft. The second the Lycan gets picked up, you're like, well, okay, we're playing a different timing. But you can see the concept. Like you've got Shadow Shaman, you've got Beastmaster. You're ready for that big push. You're ready to try and take out towers, to work with the Tiny and play a faster tempo game.
He's got a nice item now as well. Titan Sliver on Thompson. So he's going to be very difficult to take down this next game, this next fight. Has a lot of stats resistance.
And your crack is 22 as well before this fight begins. And he goes plus 16.
Some more strength.
Towers coming apart.
That's one very tanky Tiny.
He's very tanky, but there's also so much minus armor on the side of Secret. You have the AC, you have the medallion from Weaver. And he didn't buy that AC. Maybe if he buys the plate mill right now. He doesn't have buyback anyway, so maybe he should just do it instead of the Windlace. They're hunting him.
Got him. Blink, lasso, Zai pulls him in. Yapsol will keep the control going. They got Clumsy Net as well. And they bring 4 heroes to ensure that Thompson is dead.
How about that?
75 seconds on the sideline, then Abyssal Blade up on top. Quick initiation from Matumba, and Samael gets deleted.
This is just ugly. This is hard to watch. There's a
Smoke,
smoke that sucks up.
He breaks the smoke. The minions move forward, and the Shadow Shaman cannot do anything about this apart from die. He's getting back to his tier 4 towers. Go Scepter. That's what you can do. But no, doesn't work either. Matumba is beyond godlike.
You have Necro 3. The Ghost Scepter is never going to save you. That rotation towards bot lane to catch Thompson, that was so good. That was just a good play from them. They're playing out of vision, it's nighttime. And because of that, Thompson thinks, okay, I'm safe, I can farm up a little bit more, get my buyback. But they understand exactly what's needed. He's probably telling himself, dude, what nerds, you know, can't you just go push, leave me alone?
Shaman will buy back. Samael gets to respawn, still another 16 seconds, and Abyssal Blade. Oh, no tell. At least he's got the money. Back to the world of the living. 7 seconds till Thompson. Not the caught Monkey in the tree lines. Zai just bounces forward. They've got him entangled up and permanently controlled. Samael wants to be part of this with his Wukong's command, but now he's completely out of life. Thompson will finally arrive. The Samael is down, buyback available from him. Notel living on the edge of his own life, just able to survive. The black hole is there, keeping Nisha under control. The flame break won't cancel that. So 2 heroes down from Team Secret. They've already got megas, but the big hero is still up. It's Matumba, one to the next. He wants to try and go from Samael. Zai's there to help him out. They toss him back into the fountain. That's how you can kill him with the time lapse. Puppy's gonna be there with the Weaver to ensure that Matumba has more lives than cats.
Not even the fountain
GG.
can kill off.
Just GG it.
If you can't kill him with the fountain, I think it's safe to call it, right? Just GG and go next, or go the next series. That's it. Go next series for OG, yeah.
That's it. That's actually the last series to be played for the group stage. No tiebreakers with it. That is going to push Team Secret to the #1 seeded position out of Group A. Nigma in second. That puts Viking GG in third, and OG sit fourth. That is the final positions of Group A.
15-0-12, Matumba man, like, played on mid versus Tiny, which isn't the easiest lane for him. He ignored the lane, just went to the jungle, farmed it up, came out with Necro 3 and just wreaked havoc on OG. But you really have to ask, drafts from OG is in their style, and they can definitely make anything work, but it was so greedy. You're playing versus a Lycan, you're playing versus a Bat, you're playing versus Secret, you're buying a Midas from
Mhm.
Tiny, waiting for that great opportunity to farm up and come online, but it just never comes. They're way too mobile.
Well, That's that's still brilliant for Team Secret. They get to play up against Fly to Moon in the upper bracket semi 2. Nigma has already got a date with Team Liquid. Virtus Pro will now be the opposition of OG. So that's the way the grid falls for the lower bracket round 1, VP versus OG, leaving Alliance, I believe, to play Viking GG. So terrific matchups. They're going to keep on going as well. We don't stop. There's no break between groups and playoffs. We're back tomorrow to keep the action up and running. So if you want to watch some good Dota, just tune in right here. We'll be back tomorrow, Lizard. Back tomorrow. I think we're actually even casting again tomorrow. So I don't know. We'll check the schedule and we'll see you next time.